was a kid, I loved mimicking stuff. I mean, I would see people do impersonations on TV on SNL, and then I would basically, you know, steal those and entertain my friends and stuff like that. I'm glad to be here, everybody. I live here in Austin. I love performing here. I do travel, though. I did a lot of small towns on the road recently. Some small towns are cool, right? Some are sort of shady places in the middle of nowhere. I'm just glad I get out alive after the show. I feel like I'm on the A&E City Confidential Comedy Tour. Luray, Arkansas seemed like the perfect sleepy little town. Comedian Mike MacRae thought he'd be able to do his show, have a few beers, and go back to his motel room. But rednecks had other plans for Mr. MacRae that night. My favorite narrator, a guy named Paul Winfield, that voice. The only guy who was just blatantly drunk during his voiceover session. That motherfucker got shot in the face. Like, sir, can we... There's a lot of shit that gets edited out.
Trial and error, right?
90% of the shit that I think of is never used again. I mean, it's a brutal process. It's hard to...
Now, do you try it live? I mean, is it a process?
Yeah, it's the only way you can do it. I mean, I'll think about, you know, I'll write it down or keywords or something and kind of have wording out in my head, and then you try it at open mics or kind of buried in the middle of a regular show if you're doing a long set. Really, the audience, not one audience, but, you know, 10 audiences in a row will let you know if you're onto something or not, you know. Put Obama through the ringer, and I don't like him. He was, I was excited. His first campaign was great, you know. Obama was all about uniting people, bringing people together, uniting groups. Sometimes you go overboard with it. That's all you talk about in some of those speeches. Well, I've said in the beginning, I'm not going to run that kind of campaign. It's divisive, and we have seen too much division in this country. I will bring folks together, black and white, rich and poor, Latino and Asian, Jews and Muslims. Careful with that one. Bloods and Crips. Don't do that. The gatekeeper and the keymaster. All right, now that's a very bad idea if I understand Ghostbusters correctly. All right, so don't do that. Please, sir.
How do you feel about being a performer in Austin?
I think it's great. I think it's awesome. I think there's it's well known for having a creative community here, and stand-up is great. And then, we all know, I mean, filmmakers, actors, there's just a lot of it here, and it's a really supportive town for that. You guys are all filmmakers. That's really cool, man. I love movies. Movies are the best. I fucking love them. I love you guys for making them. I love, I like actors too. I got my favorites. Liam Neeson, that's one of my favorite actors right there. He's great, but he makes like 50% awesome movies and 50% terrible movies. Can we admit that? Like when he gets a script, I don't know how he decides if he's going to do it or not. He definitely doesn't read it. That's definitely not what's going on. I've got this theory that he decides on a script like the same way in the Middle Ages that they're trying to determine if someone's guilty of a crime or not. Like this weird series of superstitions. So he goes in the producer's office. Well, gentlemen, I received your script. What's that? Of course I didn't read it, my friend. I laid it in the nest of a pregnant field mouse for a fortnight. I waited till the next full moon. And I saw that the afterbirth had turned the title page crimson, not purple. Indicating the possibility of a strong overseas box office potential. And then I went to the public burning of an apostate. And I held the script aloft, and the fire winds blew it in a northeasterly direction, indicating the possibility of a SAG Award nomination. Now, if any of you gentlemen know of a better way to tell if a script is going to make a good movie than the protocol set forth by Conn of the 100 Battles at the High Court of Tara 2,000 years ago, I'd be curious to hear it! So yes. So I accept your role. I look forward to portraying Professor Flapjack McGillicuddy in Tuskbreaker 2, Rise of the Mastodons. Now let's all touch dicks. That's how you seal the deal in Hollywood, everybody. I'm sorry to tell you filmmakers.